Charleston chews and blueberry almonds. These are a few of my favorite things. I'm gonna find a better filming location though. There's guys outside. I'm just always trying to convey something that I notice about the God stuff, and that it's everything doesn't just happen for a reason, but everything happens for every reason. Because everything's all woven together to create reality. So, I mentioned the thing about the operations on the relationally symmetric substrate, performing them in reverse to close the loop, to get the accounting to come straight. Doing it in an orthogonal dimension so it doesn't uncreate the universe when you do this. As I do this, it increases my ontological density and my connection with the conceptual structure of the universe, making me a better vessel for the Lord. But also, because I'm the Father and the Son, as the Son, the old man is a tightwad with the God power, and so, as the Son, I have to learn the value of a God buck the hard way and balance out the mathematics of this universe by fucking hand, like singing and prancing around with sticks and shit. You really know the value of a God buck if you're doing God work fucking manually and physically. I'm gonna dig into this and get some more God thoughts. These here blueberry almonds have vitamin E, which I do need because the more lordly I am, the faster my metabolism has to run. And sometimes that can produce a wee bit of oxidative stress. And oxidative stress, as you might be able to guess, is bad. Also, the work that I'm doing, like this right here, in addition to balancing the math of the substrate and teaching me the value of a God buck, it's also the security code for access to the God powers. It's like the longest PIN number in the world. It takes like 40 something years to put it in. But then again, it's omnipotence, so obviously you have to make sure that that shit's secure and nobody's gonna guess and put in the code by accident. It's got to be very specific, involving a lot of prancing with sticks and mirrors and etc. and so forth. By the way, it's amazing how much random fucking sticks would enter into the calculations of the universe. I mean, you'd think if you were doing, like, cosmic level shit, it would not involve random pieces of wood. But hey man, that's God shit for you. It's surprising. There's also this ladle. You might notice that it has the symbols on this side. Don't you worry, it has some on the other side too, not to mention strings of numbers. I would say it's parabolic, but it's actually more like a half of a sphere. If you've ever tried to put a mirror in a telescope, you know the difference. One produces spherical aberration. That's why you want a parabolic mirror. But anyway, I had some water in there for a few days, sprinkled it here and there. It came from a bottle of holy water. This is my life, man. Oh, hey, look, some more sticks. Hey, here's also some sticks. They haven't always been in these configurations. No. I've been moving them all around the yard. Over here, we have a pallet jack, you see, with a log and a mirror with a strip of paper with, you guessed it, symbols. Just get a look-see here. Yeah, I think that's a piece of bird poop right there. Yeah, doing some great work here. It all makes perfect sense. Oh, and here we have this can of NOS, except it's not NOS. See the symbols? It's holy water. Here's another way to put it, because, like, everything in the universe is a reflection of how it operates on every level. It's really fucking hilarious. So it's like the corporation of creation has borrowed from a relationally symmetric substrate by performing operations on it, but not paying them off. so that the dead is square. So, in this way, creation cannot separate from this universe while it owes this debt. You know, that would be wrong. It would be irresponsible. Sorry, almonds in the teeth. But once this universe is paid off in this way, then it can be severed. Or at least the fallen version of it can be severed, because it's paid off, can do whatever the fuck I want at this point. But I do have to perform those operations before I can get my full power and separate the universe. It's funny, like in the human world we have the concept of mortgages, because that's how it operates on cosmic levels. By the way, as you may have guessed from everything I've said, yes, it would only take one submicroscopic subscintilla of God power to pay off the universe. Like, if you look at the coffers of creation, you would not even notice the subtraction of the infinitesimal amount of God power it would take to balance the equation. But that's the point. I'm doing it manually just to show me how fucking awesome that God power is, because I know how very little of it would take to do this. And then I'm doing it by hand with my prancing and my sticks and my mirrors and my lottery tickets and then my playing cards and then my laser pointer. Then the boxes that my phones came in, which act as these like ontological prisms and or traps, depending on how I configure it's when I could just, you know, and then I wouldn't even have to snap it. The snapping is just for show. I really am learning the lesson of, you know, the value of a God buck, though. So, I mean, that is the point, and it is occurring, so all's well in the world. Except for, you know, my lack of showering and laundry and so forth.